Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling coherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And I continue with Pathologic Blind. Now, the Bachelor wanted to see me?
I'm tired. I've had enough.
So, did you find any notes inside? I did. May I have a look? Well, I don't have them with me. I can tell you what they are. These are twire infusion recipes. Seems like Father didn't actually treat the sick with them, but rather used them as drug components. So, curious. So Isidor Burak relied on some sort of natural agent? He abstracted the working components from them somehow, I guess, or even used those agents to obtain the serum from the blood. Damned if I know. So do you have a plan? I thought there would be more, never mind. Try to figure out how those formulas work. They might be of some use to us. I do believe you and I will produce better results if we turn this into a collaborative project. Next, I heard that you're being supported by the Olgimskis. Is that correct? Yes, that's true. The father is obviously too busy right now, but the son seems to be a reasonable young man. Ask him if there's any equipment in the town that could be used to make those mixtures. He's likely to know where we can get a distiller of some sort. I've already seen him. He does indeed know where we can get one.
You look unhealthy.
We're in a tough spot, wouldn't you agree? What are you working on now? I'm looking for the source of the outbreak. I need evidence. Those backwards fanatics are still obsessed with searching for Simon's murderer instead of trying to make preparations for the epidemic. I fear they are about to tear even more man-eaters to pieces. Allow me to offer you a piece of advice then. Go visit my father's house. It's in the Skinners. His house? Why? I've been there. It is infected. My condolences, but if what you say is true, then you have done me a great favor. Happy to help, you're doing the right thing. Hopefully.
From now on, everyone will have to stay in. That's for sure.
I've managed to get a sample of one of the infusions. Have a look. Is it useful in any way?
What? My head is spinning.
So what is it? Just as I thought, a natural agent. I'm beginning to work on getting a sample of the microbial culture from the dead tissue tomorrow. I could also see how the tissue would react to this solution. Perhaps it can be used to fractionate blood. If it can, we may find a way to cure even a terminal patient. I'll get down to that then. If we had tissue treating equipment and a distiller to process the herbs, we could try different components. We would get what we're looking for sooner or later. This is not as big of an issue as it seems. Consider me having everything we need. Oh? Then get out to the experiments, Burak. Study the recipes, make infusions, and treat organ specimens with them. In the end, you should obtain something resembling antibiotics. Bring your samples here, we'll check the effects. Come back when you have the first sample. I'll start working on dead tissues. Trial and error? That's no way to make a panacea. What do you suggest then? I'm not a bachelor of savage arts. I'm only taking this seriously due to being scientifically open-minded. A. Make a couple of effective infusions. B. Treat several organ specimens with them. Study the effects. You think any infusion will do? They are all different. Very different. How should I know? Aren't you supposed to be an expert on this? Not all of them are equally effective, I suppose. Stick to the best and go from there. I just don't understand how a protective solution can help produce an antibiotic. I don't think those are regular protective solutions. I haven't studied your infusions in detail yet, That's most likely impossible under current circumstances anyway. I'm drawing my theories from what I know about your father's actions. He was successful in using these potions variously. I do believe he somehow managed to make a serum, so following his steps, that's what I would do. And that's what I'm going to do. Best of luck to you. Thanks for the advice.
Should I just give up?
Okay, so I need some... what's the word? I need some infected organs, I guess. But that's probably for another day, because this is already concluded and this is today's quest. The inheritance of a warden. My father's house is sealed off, his property arrested. These days it's Alexander Saburov who handles these kinds of matters. If anyone is able to give me the keys, it would be him. Saburov had advised me to see a woman named Aspity. She is the one who took care of my father's accounts and affairs, and is apparently the best person to help. Yet something feels strange. Saburov could have simply given me the keys. There is a lot of confusing data, more of a chemical than a surgical nature. It seems worthwhile to consult the Bachelor. Let's see what's his take on the matter. The Bachelor was interested to learn more about our family brews. I mustn't disappoint. Not that I remember the exact formulas, but that's what muscle memory is for, first and foremost. I will need the distilling equipment and some twire. And so I came into my father's inheritance. As was to be expected, there was a debt inside, alongside the key to its repayment. The recipes of twire decoctions. The diaries will surely take days to read through. Okay, so seeing how I still have time, I will visit the other gatherers, because that's at least something that I know I can do. And after that, I guess I don't know. We'll see after that. It's going to be a lot of running around as it is, so... Rubin's threat. The Olgimskis are covering for you, they need you for some reason, so they would never tell me where you're hiding, but I need neither formulas nor money. You're not going to escape. Rubin. Okay. I feel the smell of blood. You have with you the blood of a person that is not with you, right? You have keen nose. Well, take it. We are the worms inside Boro's body. We gather herbs, brown twire, rusty twire, black twire, and bloody twire, and sweevery, and wiggy, and white weep speak to us. You say exactly the same thing as the other guy, and you probably also only deal with blood and food, but I'm not going to give you food. So it might as well be irrelevant. Does anyone in town buy twire? Okay, he literally says the exact same thing as the other guy. So is there being multiples of them just a matter of convenience? Like, so that they have different vendors? Like, I guess they sell different herbs, because this one sold the white whip, which the other one didn't. But I am kinda disappointed that he didn't have anything actually interesting to say. Especially because it took me a while to even get here. Can I swim? No, but I can run through water, which is actually kinda impressive, given the water resistance. Okay, there's two of you here. Here comes the warden, he who knows the lines. Do me a favor, I'll pay you back in kind. What do you want? I am a gatherer, and I am an oinon. I am known for my wisdom, and I have the knowledge of herb conjunctions. My daughter is a bride. She knows how to summon herbs from the earth. She does it well too. Just look how generous of a summer we've had. I sold my daughter at a good price. I've sold her as a wife to this gatherer. What? You sold your own daughter? What price did you sell her for? He is a hero. He has dealt with the traitors, with the apostates. He has returned them to the earth, the people who have been selling my secrets to outsiders. But my daughter didn't come to his house as a wife. She doesn't want to bring him riches, and she doesn't want to summon the herbs for him. Well, that was her choice, and I can get behind that. Okay, I can say I will find her, so maybe he will tell me where to look, and then I can tell her he's on the hunt for her, and like, wish her good luck in her life, because I'm certainly not going to return her to be sold into marriage slavery. I will find your daughter, gatherer. She is not mine, she doesn't belong to me. A bride belongs to the earth. Well, I'll take a look. There will be a reward. I know secrets, I know how to combine the herbs so that they sing together. Sing in unison, no, not out of sync. I'll tell you one or two. And what about you? Okay, the same thing, give me some herbs. You sell them for food or blood, which I don't have. So, where can she be? Is something marked on my map? Because it seemed like it. Like something was... although it might have been scribbled in my journal, I guess. The Herbsman Bride. As far as I can remember, these Twarine brides nurture the herbs and apparently provide a much better harvest. These brides might be sold and bought, or even borrowed, which is not considered inappropriate. The Odonga profit from them. So when this bogworm asks me to bring his bride back, he's simply taking care of business. There is little emotion involved. Okay, so I don't really know where to look. I guess my chance is to just stumble upon her by accident somewhere. But to be honest, it doesn't matter, because, like, it doesn't matter if I find her, because I never intended to return her to him anyway, so, like, you know, it's irrelevant whether I do find her. I'll talk to some people I know to see if they have any new quests. Like, you know, some of the kids, if they need help or something.
A weak calf is cold midsummer, Mom used to say.
I'm waiting for someone. We need to talk privately. I think I know who the visitor is. Oh.
I'm
Apparently
damp and washed.
doesn't really matter.
Something's wrong with my head.
We've got guests. What are you burning in here? Is that Harl or something? We're arming ourselves. Testing the improved grenades. Smoke grenades. They need care too. And we're also burning the fur. What fur? Our animals' fur. We're combing them. What we've known each of them since the first day of their lives. It's nothing to worry about. What? I don't understand anything about what you just said. Like, they have animal familiars? But why would they be killing them? Well, I guess maybe they aren't. Like, it is possible to shear some animals. But what kind of animals are they? Dogs, cats, rats, a wolf cub, crows, owls, grass snakes? Yeah, but the grass snakes shed the most fur. Okay, so
Trouble to be troubled is to have your trouble doubled.
there's not really anything happening around your parts, it seems.
Yeah, I sleep when I'm dead.
My respects. What have I done to earn your respect? Your father was respected by us lot, and so you will be too. If we get a connection, that is. Did you know my father closely? He never went refusing us lot help. That was enough for me. Thou shalt respect kindness more than anything else. So you had business with him? No way. I couldn't even get near him. He was wise, a well-respected man, your father was. Us children of the dirt had no business rubbing shoulders with a guy like this. It just feels good to have a spiritual beacon walking among us people, keeping both himself and us in austerity. Who could have killed him? Nobody's got nothing to gain from that, I think. There was this tale going about, though, that your honorable father was planning to finally take the proper place, the one that belonged to the guy by the right and the right of birth, that is. What place? The place that ain't pointed at by no charters, but every single whelp in the kin can see that invisible throne. Foreman Oyen sits in it now, all comfy there like a slug on fruit, sitting tight all right, but it looks mightily ugly. Well, keep yourself in good health, will you? Same to you.
If only we knew who did away with your pa, we'd spare that mongrel nothing.
What do you have for sale, actually? A rifle for 20k. It's pretty insane, thank you very much. I don't think I talked with Vlad today, although maybe I did. I don't remember. No, I must have, but I will go back just to make sure. I will visit the cemetery as well. See if Grace has anything to say.
They don't trust me. Like I don't know what to do.
I'm waiting for someone. Okay, so you don't have anything new to say either? Okay, so is there anything I'm missing on the map? Okay, this place is kinda new. The Twilight Den, the one on the riverbank, it used to be called Golgoi Ken, but it was renamed later. This is where the meeting will take place. Okay. I might as well visit that place. I don't have much better to do anyway. Okay, that's an apothecary, which I don't care much about, to be honest. Yeah, I really do not. Food, no, that's a different matter. The willows. An angel's house. Well, I guess I might try getting inside. Well, to be honest, I am surprised I was able to. Anyone in here? Got a nice place.
The paint is peeling off me. So ugly.
Who are you? I'm Artemi Burak. Oh, I know. You're the terrible killer who's everyone been after these days. The Ripper, that's what you are, right? No, I'm not a Ripper.
I used to sing every evening.
Okay, so literally you have nothing to tell me. Which again, this game is structured in a rather annoying way that doesn't really respect the player, because there's no point in actually doing any exploration, it seems, because everything that is not currently plot relevant is either locked or irrelevant. Like, you know, I've been to a number of places and most of them are locked, and even if sometimes they aren't, there's nothing happening there until the plot says that it should. Okay, maybe I can buy a piece of bread. How about that? Or smoked meat. Kerosene for the lamp. You know what? Let's sell some of it. Like, the game isn't very dark as of now. I'm kind of tempted to just sell this, because I'm not killing that many people, and that would get me a lot of food. Which could last me for a long time. Hey, you know what? I will just do it. I can always run from... Like, I'll keep the kerosene, but instead I will sell the gun and just buy a bunch of stuff. I will buy the lemon because it says it improves immunity, so might be useful for making some potions down the line or something. Okay, you can trade for stuff. Boosts immunity, acts as an analgesic. Prominent example of primitive art. Okay, I don't really care.
Oh boy.
Do you know Maria, do you? Be careful around her. Her love is more devastating than her hatred. I used to know her when you weren't even here.
My dear changeling has sentenced someone to death, and me, I looked at her and I thought, she's an idiot. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about.
I see a worthy fighter before me. Who are you, a soldier or an inquisitor? I am an architect, and also one of the most dangerous people in the town. Well, nice to meet you. I am Artemi Burak.
I've had my share of dancing. The curtain falls.
And I'll tell you what, we're leaving, my brother and I. Our belongings can go to blazes. How about I give something away to you, too? The moment seems appropriate. See how the prices have shot up? A great time for profiteering. Having seed money can make you a millionaire by the evening. How? I have money, tons of it. 4,000 in a local currency. I want a mere nothing for it. I need brown twire, 10 blades, no less. Straight clean ones, no flaws, no color. Preferably named, but that's optional. Brown twire will yield to you. You're a Menku. Deal? I don't get it. And how am I supposed to make a fortune by the evening? You don't get it? With my money you'll be able to buy a whole lot of goods and resell them for 3 times as much. At a certain shop, I've got good sources. What shop? Not so fast. Like I said, my sources are reliable. Victor won't let us down either. It's all cut and dried with the Canes, and they've got no time for mercantile matters anyway. So overprice away. Well, what do you say, huh? So you want the brown herb? Okay, you'll have it by the evening. Although I still don't know where to look for it, to be honest. Audrey's invitation. I've been told you're one of the few Adonga to have survived the massacre yesterday. Come to the Riverside Shebeen, let's talk. Yeah, that's literally the guy I've just talked to. Right here. Like, I don't really know where to look for the twire. You know, I could buy it if I had enough blood, but I do not. The architect whom I met in the Shebeen wants to buy 10 stocks of brown twire. Yeah, I somehow don't think that's going to happen. Like, I'm not going to just randomly start killing people, so, you know. And I have no idea where to look for that guy's daughter, but as I said, that's literally irrelevant because I wouldn't force her to go back to him anyway. So, you know, might as well not find her. Okay. Stops the bleeding. I will buy another tourniquet. This might be useful for some other NPCs as well. Maybe. Like, I haven't yet seen an option to, like, use any item in dialogue or whatever, but it might happen. You know, people are probably going to get hurt soon enough. Okay, the town hall is empty.
We have sufficient strength to support the misfortunes of others.
Would you like to see a mime show? Yeah?
Yes.
And once again, exactly nothing has happened. Thank you very much. That was very entertaining.
Yes.
Lara, my brother, and the factory workers, why are they all stockpiling whatever they can find? Is there trouble brewing?
Okay, so I literally don't have anything else to do. At least, nothing that would be apparent to me.
The wretched wound has opened.
Okay, so if I final look at the map, is there anything else? I've been here. Been here. Been here, been here. Been here. Here. I visited Griff, Notkin, Grace at the cemetery, this girl over here, Vlad, his son. I think I'm kind of done. Like, I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I will save.
The
day
day
is
is
over.
over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
I'm tired. I've had enough.
I was happy at first. It wasn't the bubonic plague. Now I realize I would have rather preferred it. So you've begun studying the disease, I gather? I have, and you, actually, you can help me with that. Tell me, is it true there are special people in the local community, the only ones who have the moral right to pierce others, even the dead, with tools? Yes, you're talking about Menku, they're butchers and wardens. That is their right, but it's not about morals. What is it about then? Allow me to kindly remind you that there are a lot of people here who do not shy away from piercing others with knives in the street. Yet during an emergency, the people who look more or less modern and civilized are disallowing me, a fully trained medic, to dissect bodies. It's an ancient tradition. Its roots are religious in nature or even mythological. Bloody brilliant. Well, I don't profess any local religion. I'm fighting an epidemic, or rather I'm trying to save a couple thousand people, even though they turn themselves inside out doing their best to get in my way. They won't let you dissect the dead? Exactly. I need tissues of a person who has died of a sand plague. I need them today, right now. I've tried to gather them at the cemetery but failed miserably. The patrolmen are vigilantly watching over the dead. Would you like me to get you some? I'd reward you generously for that. Deal. I'll do what I can, even though I still don't have the right to. Well, why don't I do? Am I not a Menku? Yet? Like, do I need to prove myself or whatever? Yeah, that's a good point. Why? Aren't you one of the... what do you call them? Well, your father was a surgeon. Nobody knows me here yet, but I've said my word. I'll do the best I can, if I can.
This is utterly inconceivable.
I wanted to ask you something, Oinon. Something very important about a panacea. What are you talking about, the serum? Yes, tell me how to extract antibodies from tissue. First of all, they have to be here. If you're sure they have to be there. If you're sure they are, then there are several general ways to go from there. The serum, after all, is just a blood component. As far as I understand, you can mix a sample of it with those natural agents. We'll need to get a sample first, though. Then go ahead, experiment. An experiment like this has been successful once before. So I've heard. Your father was a natural. So, what did you want to ask of me? When you get down studying a tissue sample, please see if there are antibodies in it. I have no intentions to hide my results from you, obviously, but regrettably, I have serious doubts that they are going to make you happy. It doesn't look like human organisms can resist the disease at all. At least, that's what I've been seeing so far, sadly. Yet my father's endeavors were a success. That's all I'm hoping for. Don't worry, I'll tell you of my findings. The first results will become available as soon as tomorrow. Isidore's duty, an extract about a final duty. My life has now come to an end. It may run me down any moment now. Whatever the cost may be, I took it upon myself to protect the following people. The daughter of the Olgimsky family, she will inherit the earth. Caspar Kane, most definitely angry. The girl from the van, she knows when? The freckled snooping boy, back door. The chieftain of the souls and halves. Artist the sea? The daughter of the cemetery caretaker, whose else? V, whose brand is in the box. This one is the most important of them all. Such is my pledge. I have to write another letter to you, my son. Could it be that neither of the 3 letters I wrote before this has reached him? I need to talk to Simon. He knows. the copious tagger does not consist solely of the bound panacea. So it seems the only way to fulfill the duty of the sun is to help the mysterious patient recover. Although the sick body itself is not yet known, the disease is manifest. You should immediately proceed to research the panacea. Have no doubt the powers that be will be willing to facilitate the project, regardless of whether it can actually be done or with help. No price is too high, as long as there is a chance to compound the cure. With the vaccine in your hands, you will soon become a man able to relieve the suffering of the townsfolk, or ignore it. A lucrative opportunity, is it not? Always at your service. Benefactors. The bachelor needs a sample of infected tissue. A specimen of infected blood may come in handy as well. Behold the sought one. It's time to depart. I read that already. So... I'm supposed to check at the cemetery, which is incidentally on the other side of the freaking map. But I will go there next time because this episode has been long enough. So that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.